Hey there, and welcome back to our weekly update on our Hashflare account. So I'm going to do away with the intro I've been doing. It's annoying, and honestly, this doesn't deserve an intro anymore. So let me go over something that I learned this week that may come in handy for some of you that are kind of curious about how your account's going and don't really feel like doing some heavy-duty math. I downloaded a plugin for Chrome called Hashfare, and it's actually proving to be very, very interesting in how it displays information. So it summarizes and gives me these charts to tell me the blue line is my current balance, this line is how much the payout is, this line is how much the maintenance is. Now, I know people are saying that maintenance on Hashflare has been running about 60%, but as you can see here, since I started tracking it, I've hit 88, 89, 90, 91% maintenance. So 91% of what I made has been going into maintenance, and that's happened quite a few times. Down here, we were at 76, 82, 80, there's a 92. I have not gotten under 80% maintenance, I don't think, at all. So I'm paying 80% maintenance on, oh, it's just 76. So my apologies, I was wrong. I have been paying over 76% maintenance every day from what I made, all the way up to 92% of my income has been put into the maintenance. So if that tells you anything about how profitable Hashflare has been for me since we started this project, if that's not enough, you can go down here and see that I've invested just shy of $110 in 6 purchases so far, and I'll go back into that in a little bit. But my payback percent has been 0.17%, not 17%, 0.17%. My payback is finished. So, in other words, if I wasn't reinvesting, it would take me 3,040 days to get my return on investment. Since this is a 365-day contract, that is not possible. Now, it seems like Hashfare only does Bitcoin. It doesn't do anything with my Ethereum, although it does tell me down here how much Ethereum is worth, and it does tell me how much I make off of it. And it does tell me what my last payout was. So it seems linear that Ethereum would give me 4 more cents if I bought into it, but I'm not even sure I want to throw the money away on it, because if you look down here, I'm going to make $13 out of the $20 that I put in. So if I put in the $60 more to bring this up to where I would probably get a payout, or maybe it's 80, I would actually make 50 for putting in 80 more. So I don't think that's going to pay out very well. Actually, that's script. So down here. So $13.12. It's about the same. So it's not really gaining that much. But I do have 73 cents of Ethereum, so that's awesome. And further on the Hashfare kick, it tells me what my last payout was. It tells me my daily average for the last 14-day period has been 5 cents per day, and it tells me that my last summary payout was 4 cents. It also tells me I have 19 cents in my account, but we did do a reinvest and bought 1 additional mega hash per second. So the other thing that I want to cover is that for the last week or so, the Hashflare site has been telling me that there are too many redirects when I go to it, and then it tells me that my account is suspended from viewing the site and I'm not able to get in. One day the site went down for maintenance, which I think it desperately needed, but it did not resolve the issue. So every time that I exit the site, I have to log out so that I can log back in the next time, because it seems like it's not accepting the login information from the cookies or something. I'm not really sure. And their technical team has not yet actually acknowledged the issue. So If you're having that same problem, you can log out and log back in, and that usually fixes it, for me at least. So the other thing that I want to say is that in this current market, you are unable to buy any more Scrypt hash rate. So I have not been able to buy this week or last week's Scrypt bump. So we're still at 64 mega hash per second. Reinvest still seems to work, but I can't purchase any. Now, if I can't purchase any, but I can reinvest, it kind of makes me even more suspicious about what Hashflare is up to right now. And I'm not entirely confident that they have it all together. I did notice that they were allowing people to ask for refunds if they felt they were misled. I don't know what I'm going to do for that because I haven't really looked into it too much. But as I said last week, the low payout numbers are due to the very low price of Bitcoin right now and the very high maintenance fees. If the price of Bitcoin was higher, the maintenance fees would take up less percentage of what I made, because in this aspect, you are realistically making a certain amount of income, and the fact that the income has decreased significantly while the maintenance fees have not just means that the maintenance fees chew up more of your profit. Now, I'm still confident that Bitcoin is going to go up again. Even if it doesn't go back up to 20,000 or whatever it's going to go up to, I still think it will go up again, and that may make this profitable in the future. But right now, I can't buy any more hash rate in Scrypt. I had considered buying it in SHA-256, but I really wasn't sure I wanted to go with this anymore because of some of the things I've been seeing on their Facebook and their Twitter account. So if you're going to invest in Hashflare, I don't know that now would be the right time because there's going to be a lot of struggling, but it would help build up your hash rate if you could buy any. But that's not really something you can do right now. So that also compounds the fact is that even if you wanted to figuratively buy some contracts in the hopes that Bitcoin would go back up and you could accumulate hash rate so that when this did go up, you were actually making more money rather than having to drop thousands of dollars into it at one time, you can't. So that's all I've got to say about my Hashflare site right now. Let's move on to the spreadsheet that I've got. And I've actually been putting notes in. So if you are following it, anything special or significant that happens that day, I will put a note here and you can read it. There's a link in the description below as to where this is. And we had 64 mega hash per second due to the reinvest of $1.80. So that increased by 1. It increased our payout slightly on some days, but it also increased our maintenance on some days. It was very erratic, but that's probably due to the cost of Bitcoin since I converted to US dollars. And our pool balance has been going up a matter of pennies. I can make more than this mining with my CPU than I'm making paying them $100 right now. Just so you know. And one day I actually made nothing. So, well, it went up numerically, but the difference in the cost of Bitcoin versus the day before, which is at 7,700, it dropped down to 7,500, actually meant that the Bitcoin that I earned was worth less, so it made it worth less. Anyway, the one thing that I did forget to mention is that Hashflare actually fixes this so it takes the maintenance costs out. So whereas before it was showing you some hypothetical, I'm going to make 41 cents today, 36 cents today, Hashflare actually tells you exactly you're going to make 4 cents. You're going to make 25 cents for the week. You're going to make $1.09 for the month. I think it is. You're going to make 25 cents a week, $1.09 a month, $6.54 over the course of 6 months and $13.08 over the course of a year. So taking out that maintenance gave it a more realistic perspective than what they were showing me, where I was going to be making $147 over the course of a year, because that's not entirely true. And with them even saying this is taking into account the fact that the price of Bitcoin is going to remain exactly the same and the difficulty is not going to change, it doesn't matter. If you're taking 91% of what I make out of my earnings, this is not going to be anywhere near this. So I find it to be a very useful plugin. I can't vouch for the security of it, so I'm not going to put a link to it, but it is actually called Hashfare Reborn. I saw good reviews on it, so I figured I would give it a shot. Anyway, it has shown me a lot of more insight into my account. So regardless of whether you want to pursue something with Hashflare, if you have a Hashflare account, taking a look at this Hashfare plugin may not be the worst thing you could do to see how your standing currently is. Anyway, I'm going to end this now because this week has actually been pointless. But like I said, if you are watching the spreadsheet, take a look at any of the notes that I'm leaving on the dates that say what was going on with the website, because it was down, and they disabled purchasing script contracts, and I've just been notating every day any changes that impact the spreadsheet. So I'm going to end this now and upload it. Like I said, I'm going to get rid of the intro. This isn't worth the electricity it takes for me to stitch the intro into it. And anyway, just making sure that I say it, I am not any sort of financial advisor. You make your own decisions, do your own research, and figure out what you want to do. This is simply an experiment in using the Hashflare website, and I'm publishing my results from that. And with that said, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow for my world mining update, and we'll see how that goes.